Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, Arriba. I feel like you guys are not tired of the how to get away with murder videos. So I'm going to keep them coming. I'm going to keep it coming. You understand? So when the killer slips up during his interrogation, rookie mistake. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Let's go.
I know you've been interviewing on this before, right? And I've got transcripts of those interviews, things that were said. Now I've got to redo those interviews so I can get them to close this case.
This is 72-year-old Merle Mackey, who is
72 years. Why are you killing people? Don't you know you can die?
currently being interrogated by detectives at the Hernando County Sheriff's Office for the disappearance of his wife, Evelyn Laverne Mackey, in 1981. To understand
90% of all the true crime videos, it is men killing their wives or their girlfriends or their exes. I've tried very hard to find videos of like true crime and then women did the crimes, but it's like women they don't commit crimes. It's always 72 years till death do us part, but you want to cut it short, brother.
and how he got here and why he's being interrogated for a missing case that happened over 3 decades ago. We need to...
Bro got away with murder for 30 years. He's the Don. Let's give him his flowers. He got away with the murder for 30 plus years. So he's the GOAT. Let's see how he did it. And why is he getting caught after 30 years?
to know how this...
And then, like, I feel like after 30 years, just leave the person alone because he has been able to stay normal. So it's just that one thing he did in 30 years ago. So leave him. Oh, you people, why? 72 years, just leave him.
thing began.
$1978. That's wild, though.
The story takes place in Hernando County, Florida. Evelyn Laverne, who was divorced from her Navy SEAL husband, Larry Wallace, had to raise her 2 children on her own. 11-year-old Kelly Carpenter and 19-year-old Charles Trulock. Sometime in the late 70s, she met Merle Mackey at a prison outreach ministry for non-violent offenders. This event took place at her local church, and after seeing each other...
Of all the places to find love, you've gone to AA meeting and you are looking for a husband over there. Brother.
Regularly, the two quickly formed a strong relationship. Merle was in and out of prison at the time, but quickly settled and moved in with Evelyn once they got married. They were a happy couple, and everything seemed to be going smoothly.
Bro, this see, let me tell you guys something. The guy who owns this account, he's making millions of dollars. The amount of ads he puts in his videos is so crazy. Like, I have to start.
Evelyn's teenage daughter last saw her on the morning of November 5th, 1981. She made breakfast for her daughter, and Evelyn's new husband, Merle Mackey, took her to school. That afternoon, Merle went to pick up Evelyn's daughter alone. He told her and her brother that Evelyn had gone to Ohio to take care of her sick sister-in-law. But she did not arrive there, and her sister-in-law wasn't expecting a visit from her. Just a few days after Evelyn was last seen, Kelly was starting to get more and more worried for her mother, continually asking her stepfather about her whereabouts and when she would be coming home. Merle also told the police different stories, saying Evelyn had gone to Tampa, Florida, that she had returned home and left with a boyfriend. This didn't align with his previous statements and seemed completely out of character for Evelyn. Merle's lies did not stop there. He consistently changed his story, stating that she'd gone away to be a missionary, or that she left the country to live somewhere else. The only thing that the detectives were certain of.
You cannot get away with this in today's age. I feel like he got away with it back then because Because how can you bring us different stories? Where's your wife? Gun to your head. Where's your wife, bro? Where's your wife? Actually, she has gone to see my sister. My sister is sick, so she has gone to see my sister. Okay, we'll ask you the same question next week. Gun to your head, bro. Where's your wife? And she came back, but she said she has gotten a new boy and then they are running away. So you're telling me that she ran away from her children and you? Yes, she said she has gotten her boyfriend, so she has run away. Word. Go home. 30 years later, you come to question me again. Like, I'll take a gun to the police station and kill everybody. How can you let me get away with all the bullshit I said 30 years ago and you're now coming to quote me on it this decade? Brother.
Was that Merle Mackey was a compulsive liar. He was a person who...
He said my man is a compulsive liar. Bro, if you see what is this, you tell you that this is a two. It's a gun to your head, he will lie to you.
Liked to tell falsehoods out of habit, and he continued to tweak and change his narrative each time he was interviewed. All that detectives knew at the time was that Evelyn vanished from the face of the earth on November 5th. There was no record of her being anywhere. Her family reported her missing in January 1982. Detectives learned that on the day she went missing, money had been withdrawn from her banking account multiple times. Months later, the account was completely empty. At that point, the case went cold, and it was not until Sergeant Phil Rankin attended the National Homicide Conference 33 years later that an inquiry into Laverne's disappearance was reignited. Investigators tracked down Merle in Chandler, Texas, and executed a ruse. They told him a plane crashed in South America and that they might have found Laverne's remains, possibly entitling him to money from the airline. In order for Merle to collect the payment, however, they said he needed to go over his statement regarding her disappearance. Merle agreed, and once back at the station, investigators would ask him to authenticate his previous interview transcripts.
The audacity of this motherfucker. You know you killed her, and they are telling you that they found her remains 30 years, so you can come for some small coins from the airline. And you packed your bags. Let's go make some money. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? How to get away with murder? After 30 years, small coins, you are living okay, you are normal. The promise of coins, that's what caught you.
Here, the detective is clearly frustrated, but he quickly makes it seem as if he was joking, as he laughs it off. If he gets too serious too soon, Merle would feel threatened and backed into a corner, limiting any chance of getting a confession. Establishing a friendly atmosphere where it's easy for both of them to converse is highly important in this interrogation.
Do you remember ever saying something about her brother? Brother's wife? I don't recall that. And we were in there crying or something. The day she came up, this was work or what? I don't have any clue. When she left, do you remember going to the bank and getting money out of the bank? The bank would be going to the bank and getting money out of the bank. I can tell you. I'm validating there to you, and you're making it hard on me. I always get out of here about 45 minutes. So it's a little early enough.
At this point, the situation is very fragile. The detective has no legal right to detain Merle, and if he pushes him too far, he will leave. The detective is trying to find the right balance of still fishing for the right information, whilst being careful not to trigger Merle into leaving the room.
This is an interview they have here. He said, well, you already have the suitcase back, all that stuff. She's going to take it with her. You know why she go to her brother's wife was sick. I don't remember where she was sick from. They showed her all up to her brother's wife was not at work. I don't think it was that first time. She said she's going to be on for a couple of weeks. gone with the owner. Just figured something. He's a little more time. She worked for it. The driver's license office. He said, I saw her. I said, okay. He said, I saw her about a week after that phone call, second phone call. She had a green compass. I wanted to go through your interviews because I wanted you to realize what you said. And did I kind of play a trick on you about the she's been found report? Yes.
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up,
But
bro.
Walk through the story. Back on November 5th, 1981, okay?
The smart thing there would have been to get very angry, because if he didn't kill her, of course he would have been looking for closure. So he thinks that this is the closure. You understand? And he's not here for the money. He's just here to actually know that, oh, this woman that disappeared 30 years ago, she's now dead. Okay. Now, this is when you can call your lawyer and then sue the police. But no, he's just sitting down there listening to this. If you didn't kill somebody and then the person has gone missing and then they call you in 30 years later and they're telling you that, oh, we lied so that we'll interview you and go over your statement, wouldn't you get angry? Wouldn't you? So he's sitting down there is just defeated.
I think there's something you've been hiding all this time.
Notice how Merle's demeanour has changed. He
Exactly.
was relaxed and confident throughout the
Exactly.
entire interview,
Exactly.
being slightly anxious and attentive the more that the detective pushed on a hard subject.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, this is coming back to haunt you. Well, you know what happened? How was the case went to cold case with us, and it's been put together, and it's come. It's come. And well, I just look. You're busy charging. Charging what? Yeah. A little fun back.
In 1981, there was a statute of limitations in place for second-degree murder, which has already expired, meaning the detectives needed a confession in order to charge him with premeditated first-degree murder. Otherwise, Merle would be free to go home.
So are you telling me that after 4 years, no, just let's read this again.
Meaning that
A prosecution for a felony of second-degree murder must be commenced within 4 years after it is committed. Bro, so if I kill someone and I'm silent for just 4 years, 1 day, I'm free to walk. Guys, put it in your books right now. All you need to do is just be fucking silent for 4 years. Just don't let the evidence be too incriminating and then you walk free. But that's just in this state. It doesn't happen everywhere else. So you need to know the laws of the county and the country that you're in.
detectives needed a confession in order to charge him with premeditated first-degree murder. Otherwise, Merle would be free to go home.
There are enough contradictions in your story. Back then, you told so many different versions of what happened. One minute you say that she left and flew up to her brothers. No, she ran off with another man. And then you told them that she went out to Key West and y'all were getting married again. People are draining her money and everything. But your whole life is a con. This is a con. You are the ultimate con man, and you work for different women in that church. What we did was chase down everybody who wanted to go back to prove every single lie.
Behold the address.
Behold.
Each sunrise marks a new chapter.
We saw 15, 16, 17 people involved and around Murray's life. We've gone through everything. I'm ready to tell you this for real.
At this point, Merle feels like he's been backed into a corner, so he decides to change strategy.
Then wait a minute. Yeah. Who said she's dead? We don't. You know, how do you determine that Murray is dead? I'm trying to get you to reach this means here. Give that body back to your mother so she can put it. Tell me what you were. Tell me it. Well, I'm actually waiting for it to finish.
He's smart. This guy, he has been doing it for 30 years, but he's smart. I want to know how they cut him.
I could care less about the confession because I don't need it.
This was a blatant lie by
That's
the
a lie,
detective,
yeah.
and it is necessary because it makes Merle feel like he's already been found out, when in fact the only way the detectives can charge Merle with anything is if he has a confession. Merle is still able to walk free.
What do you want? I want to buy. By the way, I want to know where she's at. When this story finally gets told, you're going to look like such a flippin' animal, such a flippin' lowlife. Give me the damn body. Because without the body, it looks like a first-degree murder. It's the absolute truth. And then you have to cover up to it afterwards. Does it look like a first-degree murder? Absolutely. Will it work out best for you to count over that body? Absolutely.
That's a lie.
I am not convinced that you're walking out that front door and bring them to that. I might get up and leave at any time. Can I get up right now, Ray? Yes. Sure.
Merle is now seconds away from leaving. The detective quickly comes up with his final strategy. He would now try and downplay the entire incident, convincing him that whatever happened was not his fault and it was merely an accident. For Merle, this is a much easier thing to confess to, rather than being seen as a heartless murderer. Although this still wouldn't convict him of first-degree murder, it was now their only option.
Bro, leave.
Figured herself out. Or she did something like that. And you've been worried about all this time. You've just been afraid, out of fear, to come forward. Well, can we prove there's a crime? I can only tell you that I can sit here and look at you and get on you. If I'm reading you, I see you want to talk. Tell us where she is. Did I tell you I like to go fishing? Yes, it did. Okay. I went fishing at English. She fell at the dock, hit her head, fell in the water.
What the fuck is...
Back there.
Bro! How can you get caught this way? My man was seconds away from getting away with what? The murder. He was getting away with the murder. But he had to yappa.
100 times. Raving about that deal.
See how relieved the detective looks. He's so happy. If the man wasn't there, he would jump and he'd be dancing. He's so happy right now.
I just jumped in the water and saved her. I've been left with this for 30 years. I was scared. They think that I killed her.
After almost 33 years, Merle Mackey has finally admitted that his wife was indeed dead, and that he was present at the scene. However, the detectives are not fully convinced of this version of the story.
Why did you call for help today? Her head was bleeding very bad. She was not breathing. The body in the water, especially that one, she doesn't go away. I put some weight on her because I made her hold her down. When I wrote that rope around that woman and watched her sing, it's never gone away. It was an accident. Tell me the truth right now. Please. I'm telling you, the strength is Merle. You're getting rough. He was pulling out and taking her out. He lifted her back up on the doctor. No, because she was, blood was just squirting.
At this precise moment, Merle Mackey unknowingly confessed to committing first-degree murder. The word spurting suggests that Evelyn was still bleeding and therefore alive when Merle decided to tie her up and throw her into the water.
There's no way this is how they caught him. After 32 years. Because of grammar. Bruh.
I'll tell you what, I will drive up to Florida, and I'll move with you to that country. And I will call you as soon as I get there. You can go there with us. You can drive the front seat. We can go there. I don't want to do that. I'm done. You want to argue? I don't want to argue. I said I will be smart. And I will jump in the top. That's it. I'm done.
Although Merle had confessed to killing his wife, the case was out of the detective's jurisdiction, meaning they had no authority or arrest powers.
What?
They presented the case to Florida's 8th Judicial Circuit Assistant Attorney Brian Kramer, and a grand jury indicted Merle for first-degree murder. Detectives searched the docks where he claimed to have left Laverne's body, but they concluded there was no way her body was going to be found. They didn't believe that Merle was telling the truth about where he hid the body. Merle pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Because of one word. Jeez, it's that easy. No, granted, he was being very stupid in the interrogation. He could have left a long time. But then, Charlie, bro, it is what it is. 72 years, he tired. If I go sit to the jail small. Anyways, this was actually a fun video to react to. Just comment down below if you want more true crime videos. Subscribe.